Hi guys, it's Carol from Cape Cod Cottage Garden, and today I'm going to spend some time in my vegetable garden. I have a lot to get done. I've neglected it for a while with my daughter's wedding, so let me show you what the garden looks like now. It's not picked up, it's not neat. This is real life, folks, but come along. I'm just doing this on the fly, handheld, so I hope it's not too shaky, but I'll just give you a overall look at the garden. I grew everything in this garden from seed, except for the annuals in this pot. I bought those, but actually I did grow some of these. I grew the pink ones. But this is my garden. Let me take you on a quick tour of it, and then I'll mention the things I want to get accomplished today. Okay, let's start in the back at bed number 1. So over here, I have my row of peas, which we have been enjoying. Today, I would like to go through and pick most of them and put them in the freezer because we can't eat all these peas. They're so delicious. In the back corner here, I have a sunflower. That was a volunteer. I think that is a straw flower over there. I had some dill that just completely died. I have some pole beans going up here, right around that thing. These are two zucchinis, two Italian zucchinis. I think it's called Cocozelle, and this one's called Costata Romanesca. I have some bush beans coming up right here. These are this is celosia from, oh my gosh, Floret Farms. I couldn't think for a second. It's just starting to bloom. These are also, I think these are from Floret too, these zinnias. They're just starting to open up. These ones, this is called Senorita Pink, I believe. And then I have some pretty cosmos growing right here. Isn't that lovely? It always looks so pretty in the wind. Then my lettuce is out of control. As you can see, it's about to bolt into flower. But I have all this lettuce. Then if you turn this way, I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different potatoes that are desperately needing of some care. I haven't mounted them up in I don't know how long. A long time. Let's go to garden bed 2. This is where I have some carrots. Oh, hello. Hello, catbird. Hi. Aren't you pretty? Aren't you pretty? Hi there. Goodbye. That's a new addition right there. That's our little insect box. I'll show you on the other side. It's for overwintering insects. So garden bed 2 has onions and carrots. Now I have to say, I did that experiment with the onions. I did some in potting soil and some in just like a seed starting mix. The ones towards the front are the potting mix, and the ones in the back are the seed starting mix. You can see the difference. It's huge. So I have all different kinds of onions growing. You can see. I think I planted 250 onions, I'm not sure. So that's bed number 2. Bed number 3 has this glorious plant that I grew from seed. I tried it last year and I didn't grow it successfully. But look at this amaranth. This is Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth. And you wouldn't believe how long some of the tassels are. Isn't that lovely? It got a lot bigger than I didn't know it was going to get that big. So it's kind of covering up my beets and some carrots and some eggplant. But let me see, one of the tassels is literally like 3 feet long. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. Oh, here it is. Look at this. It starts up there. Isn't that the craziest thing? I think it's like 5 feet long. Well, maybe 4. Hard to tell. So in this bed, I do have eggplant. It's called Rosa Bianca eggplant. And you can see it's starting to form here. And then in front, I grew these plants from seed. Then I have all bush beans in this bed. I got them in a little late, so they're not quite ready yet. Right along here, I have not all my cucumbers, but some cucumbers. I have early prides. My muncher cucumbers did not come up. I'm going to have to plant some more. And pickling, and I ran out of labels, so I had to use tape, and they all fell off. I can't remember what this is. I'll have to look back. If I can figure it out, I'll put it at the bottom. Then in the middle here, I have an assortment of plants that I'm still growing. All this mess here, I told you it was real life. I got to get to it. So garden bed 4. I had my broccoli, my Brussels sprouts, and other things. So as you can see, I let my broccoli go to seed, some of it. We ate most of it. You can see where I cut it off, like right there. It did have some bug damage. This head I forgot to pick, and it's gonna go to seed. I picked it, but it was so delicious. I'll try to pop in a picture of some of the heads that I picked off. I have some calendula blooming here, which is really lovely. Isn't that pretty? I forget the name of this variety, but if I can look it up, I will. This was a volunteer. I did not plant this year, so it overwintered. I did have some there last year, so I also have some pole beans that are kind of too shaded right here. But once I take the broccoli out, hopefully they'll take off. I have, underneath here. Oh, these poor things are getting covered. I do have some alyssum under there. And I think they'll take off better once I get rid of these huge leaves shading it. I do have a Kilimanjaro white marigold. I have these. I did not plant these. These looks like mealy cup sage. I did plant this in my garden and other places, not in my vegetable garden at all. So I don't know how this got over here, but I'm here for it. And this is just some nasturtium. I forget the name of it. And this was my ranunculus that's gone by. I have chamomile here. I planted some endive here, but it didn't come up. I planted it really late and it's shady. But this, I believe, looks like a cucumber to me. Must be a volunteer. Actually, I don't know what this is. Maybe it's a cucumber. We'll see when it grows out. And my Brussels sprouts are getting really eaten by something. Like I said, my daughter got married. It really took up all my time, so I wasn't really taking care of my garden very well. So I don't know how these Brussels sprouts are going to do. But today I hope to pull out all the broccoli. Although the pollinators really are really enjoying this flower. So in this bed, this is bed number 1, 2, 3, 4. Bed number 5, I have these flowers that I grew from seed, some more Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth that I put in really late. I have basil. I have some Jimmy Nardello peppers. They're starting to form. You can see right there. Oh, I didn't even realize how far along those were. I have another Kilimanjaro white marigold. You can see what it looks like. And then I have all my tomatoes. I have a whole bunch of varieties of tomatoes. Let me see it. They are starting to grow. My garlic, I did pull out one garlic bulb yesterday to see how it looks. I think I'm going to give it one more week. But it was pretty good. I'm pleased. Even though it's soft neck, it's still grown up pretty nicely. Over here I have more peppers. I don't know what those are. Maybe jalapenos. They look like they could use a little boost. See how they're kind of yellow? And this is a Mission Giant yellow marigold. And look at my tomatoes. Oh, here's some starting. Some very little ones right there. Oh, and some more down here. They're coming. Some right there. That's a, sorry for my fingers, Costaludo Genovese, I believe. I have pink Berkeley tie-dye in here. Some right there coming. This might be a Costaludo Genovese. There's one back there. I don't know if you can see it, but they're coming. So that's my tomatoes, my peppers, marigolds, and garlic. And some flowers. I have some mint in this bucket. Let's go to garden bed number 6, which is over here. Sorry, I'm just doing this handheld. I wasn't planning on making a video today, but before I make all these changes to the vegetable garden, I wanted to show you guys. So back here has my first attempt at growing some pumpkins. You can see them. Look at the flowers. So this is called Jack Belittle pumpkin. It's growing way up there. I was going to try to grow it vertically, but I may have missed the boat. Those are the little decorative pumpkins. These tomato plants right here are volunteers from last year. These are the spoon tomatoes. I wasn't even planning on growing these this year, and they're taking over this bed. Because under here, I do have carrots growing. So I might pull out one of these tomatoes. Because see the carrots? Oh, here's another one. Let me get rid of this one. Jeez Louise. But see my carrots coming up? I have chives here, and this is the only one that came up. Oh, no, there's another one right here. Not much. Here's my celery, looking good. Guys, I'm pretty proud of this. I grew everything from seed, and it's been kind of neglected. These are buncheon onions that overwintered. We've been eating them. And on the other side, I do have some more chives that, actually, I bought this plant right here. I did not grow this one from seed because my chive was not doing well, so I just went out and bought one. So this one I bought. I want the flowers. And then in the last but not least, this bed over here, I have some alyssum that I grew from seed. Oh, I did buy the rosemary too. So there were a few things I did buy, the herbs. Another alyssum. This is butternut squash. You can see in here, I'm hoping I get some. Last year I didn't get any. These are the mini butternut squashes, and then I have some more amaranth. This is a volunteer ground cherry. You can see they're starting to form. Oh, there's one on the ground. Oh no, that's a leaf. Sorry, this is a rambling. But this thing's huge, taking up a lot of room. I also have a couple of different kinds of bell peppers. I have King of the North and California Wonder, and lots of weeds. Look at these weeds. I gotta get rid of these. I gotta get out here. I'm working this garden. These are violet sparkle peppers. Oh, they're starting to form. I'm excited about these. These are just like a little munching pepper. I grew that petunia from seed, and I have more tomatoes in the back. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at that. Oh, I'm so excited for these. These are the Costoluto Genovese, whatever, the Italian tomatoes. And I've got a bunch of, I don't know if you can see them, sun golds coming. And I think this is San Marzano paste tomato. And I have more peppers back here. These are cayenne peppers. Is that everything? Oh, and I have this. This was another volunteer calendula coming. It's got lots of buds on it. So that's the garden, folks. Let me show you the peas, because the peas are just amazing. And then I'm going to get to these projects. The projects are going to be removing the broccoli, mounding up my potatoes, and I have some work to do in my cut garden. But now I don't know if I should take it off, because look at the little bumblebee on it. Bumblebee. I don't know. Let me show you the peas. Guys, look at the peas. They're so delicious. Oh my gosh. I just come through the garden. I eat tons of them. So good. But I'm going to pick all these today and get them in the freezer. And since I did the vegetable garden tour, I might as well show you the cut flowers on the outside. I never put up the mesh. I have it right there to do. I'm going to try. I put some white posts. I just don't have the posts. So, but my first dahlia bloomed. Isn't that pretty? Oh my God, the camera's not doing it justice. It's like glowing. It's so pretty. Why isn't the camera picking it up? The camera's not picking it up. It's literally glowing. I believe this is one from Floret Farms that I grew from seed. It's Bee's Choice. I have some stalks still standing a little bit. I have some asters just about to bloom here. I have some snapdragons. Look at the snapdragons. Aren't those pretty? Look at that color. And I have some volunteer mealy cup sage happening, just about to bloom here. More snapdragons. Oh, here's some mealy cup sage that's already blooming. That's the first garden bed. I really have to get some support for these plants. My James Galway rose. I just pruned off all the dead blossoms. Guys, it was stunning. If I can pop a picture in of what it looked like. For a first year bare root plant, it produced tons of blooms and the fragrance was insane. My generous gardener was crazy with the blooms. There's still a couple left. Different scent, not as strong as James Galway, but still really pleasant. As you can see, I'm getting rose hips here. I gotta go do and prune all this off. But it's growing like a beast. This I bought as a potted plant last year, so this is its second year on the ground. It's almost to the top. Here's the other garden bed. Guys, I'm so pleased because look at my scabiosa that I grew from seed last year. The flowers don't look so good right now because they're going by, but it is growing nicely and it's flowering. That's a perennial, guys. I'm psyched. I got some more dahlias right here just about to bloom. A beautiful aster. And look at these snapdragons. Red's usually not my color, but these are gorge, gorge, gorge. And I think this might be a Floret Farm zinnia too. Look at that. I'll have to look it up. But look at the size of that zinnia. And look at all the colors in that zinnia. You know what? The camera is not picking it up, guys. It's stunning. I have some more snapdragons. This is all my stock that's gone by. I might pull that out. Got more snapdragons coming. And more asters and more dahlias. I have very bad news about all those very expensive dahlias that I bought this year. Like I spent ridiculous amount of money on. Like one of them was $30 for one tuber. I was stupid. I had a chipmunk come in and I think the chipmunk ate every single one because not one of my dahlias that I bought from local dahlia farmers here grew. The ones that I grew from seed from Floret Farm grew, and the ones that I overwintered the tubers, those all grew. But all the new dahlias that I put in the ground, for some reason, the chipmunk ate only those. Does that make sense? In this bed I have some zinnias, some snapdragons. Here's a really pretty one. Isn't that pretty? These ones are just starting. They're a little smaller. Aren't those pretty? I grew so many zinnias this year, guys. I don't remember the names of all of them. I think I do have it written down, but these are all dahlias and zinnias and some snapdragons in there. And then in this bed I have, look at these. These are really pretty. These asters. Look at that flower. Isn't that pretty? And it has a lot of blooms on it. Now the other issue I had in this bed, and if you're getting bored, I'm sorry, I'm rambling, but look at that. Stunning. The other issue I had in this bed is with the chipmunks, my dog decided he was going to chase the chipmunks, so he came in and he flattened out a lot of these plants. Like these are straw flowers back here, just starting. See, it's really pretty. And they're kind of crushed. See how they're knocked over? This one's completely knocked over, but it's growing, so I'm gonna let it go. All right, so let's get to the projects. Oh, let me show you the insect box. Isn't that cute? That's for overwintering insects. Isn't that cute? Little insect hotel. Oh, and one more thing. Hope the wind noise isn't too bad. Guys, we have wrens with babies inside this cute little bird box. The entrance is over there. They sing so beautifully every morning. Oh, cute. Look at that little Carolina wren. Got a little bug in his mouth. He was just singing. Sing, pretty. Just came in. He just took his little treat and went in the box to feed his babies. Oh, there she is, or he. I love them. Okay guys, I got most of the broccoli out. This is actually the next day. I did put in 2 zucchinis there. The next step I'm gonna do is I am gonna mound up my potatoes. Let me show you. Don't mind all this mess here. I told you I'm gonna keep it real this week. So as you can see here are my potatoes. They're looking a little off colored, so I think I'm gonna give them a little plant food too, fertilizer. So you can see how much has grown. I'm gonna fill these all the way to the top with some soil. Let me show you another one that I didn't do. I kind of already filled that one a little bit. Like, look at this one, how low it is. Oops, I don't know if you can see, but see how much I need to fill? So that's pretty easy. I'm just gonna dump it in. I'll set up the camera and show you. Okay, here's my potato. Guys, I did a really bad job at marking everything. These ones are actually Yukon Golds. So I'm just gonna take my bag of soil, which is, I'm just gonna use potting soil. See how it's looking pretty ratty at the bottom because it's just not enough soil. I don't know if I'll get the yield of potatoes I did last year because I'm so late on mounding up. So just pour it in. That's what makes it so easy with the bags. It's okay if you cover some of the leaves. It's totally fine. Then what makes it easy with the bag, you just kind of give it a shake to get it all in there. I'm going to put a little more. I'm going to pretty much fill it right to the top because I waited so long that these things are in rough shape. There we go. And once I get it all in, I just kind of straighten them out a little bit. And I'm just going to move my drip, unbury it. Where is it? Here it is. Just going to kind of wrap it around. Weave it through. I'm just going to go ahead and do the rest of the bags like that so you can see I just filled it up. Straighten it out a little bit. It's good to go. I don't know, I'm not hopeful for my potato yield because I ignored them too long. I'm going to do the rest of the bags and then move on to the next task. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fertilize all my garden beds. As I was going through, I noticed some of the leaves looking like a little light green. I want them to be that dark, rich green. So I think I just need like a mid-season boost to the soil. So what I'm going to use is this. Not sponsored or anything, it's just something that I happen to use. This is Garden Tone by Espoma. I'm just going to sprinkle this lightly all over the beds and kind of work it in a little bit, and then I'll run my irrigation system. The only bed I'm not going to do is right behind me, my onion beds. For these, I've been doing an experiment with these. I don't know if you remember, I'll try to link the video above how I did some of them in potting soil and some of them in seed start mix. So far, the potting soil is winning. These are exact same varieties, and the difference is really shocking. But the other thing I'm also doing is I'm using some liquid fish fertilizer on these, like probably once every 2 to 3 weeks. I've been watering with that. So I'm going to shut off the drip on this one and water by hand with the fish emulsion fertilizer. The rest I'm going to use the Garden Tone. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Okay guys, so you saw that I used the Garden Tone and I went around and I kind of just sprinkled a little bit all around the base of all my plants, and I turned the irrigation off on my onion bed. And for my onion bed, I'm going to be using my organic Neptune's Harvest. It's kind of a mess. It's like a fish and seaweed fertilizer. I'm going to use this, I think this is 2 gallons, so I'm going to put 2 capfuls, approximately a tablespoon. Do I measure? Do I know if this is the right amount? Nope. But so far it's working for me, so I'm going to go for it. So I'm just going to measure out 2. This stuff stinks. Capfuls, more or less. And then fill my bucket. So onions are heavy feeders. So if you want big onions, you do have to feed them a little bit. So guys, it's 75 and sunny and I'm starting to melt. So I'm gonna go inside for a little while, but I think that's gonna do it for this video. I was going to remove my peas. On the first part of this video, I did pick most of the peas and I processed them. And the way I do it is I just blanch them for like 1.5 minutes and then I put them in freezer bags and throw them in the freezer. I'll try to insert a little picture of the peas that I shelled. Some of them were the big ones and some of the little ones, so I did separate them. What you didn't see in this video is me getting distracted for like seriously an hour chasing around a bird that I think was a great flycatcher, I'm not sure. And also my wrens that are in that box, you can't really see it, it's off camera now, but the little wrens, the babies are there because they're feeding them and I can hear them chirping when the mom and dad come back with all kinds of bugs. So that's gonna do it for today, and sorry the videos have been slow in coming. It's a very busy time of year. I'm still recovering from the wedding. So that's gonna do it for now. And until next time, get out there and grow. Bye.